Welcome back my YouTube channel. The 1980 10-pence coin from the reign of Queen Elizabeth II is one of the most interesting pieces of British decimal coinage. It holds both historical charm and collector's value. Today, let's explore everything about this coin, its design, history, specifications, and what makes it so special among collectors and coin enthusiasts. The 10-pence coin was first introduced in 1968, 2 years before the official decimalization of the British currency system in 1971. Decimalization replaced the old pounds, shillings, and pence system with a simpler, modern format. 100 new pence made up 1 pound. The 10-pence coin was created to replace the old 2-shilling coin, also known as a florin, which had the same size and value. The 1980 edition is part of this first generation of large 10-pence coins, which were issued from 1968 until 1992. Now let's take a closer look at the coin itself. The obverse, or front side, features a beautifully detailed portrait of Queen Elizabeth II. This was the second definitive portrait of the Queen used on British coins. It was designed by Arnold Machin, one of the most respected sculptors in the United Kingdom. In this portrait, the Queen is shown wearing the Girls of Great Britain and Ireland tiara, a piece of jewelry that became one of her most iconic symbols. The inscription around the portrait reads, Elizabeth II D.G. Reg. FD 1980, which stands for Elizabeth II, by the grace of God, Queen, Defender of the Faith. On the reverse side, we find the crowned lion, a powerful emblem of England. The design was created by Christopher Ironside, another celebrated British artist and designer. The lion passant guard ant, walking with one forepaw raised and looking toward the viewer, represents bravery, strength, and royalty. Above the lion is a small crown, and below it the value is shown clearly as 10 pence. The design is simple yet majestic, perfectly symbolizing British pride and tradition. In terms of physical features, the 1980 10-pence coin was made of cupronickel, an alloy consisting of 75% copper and 25% nickel. This gives the coin its silvery appearance and durability. The coin weighs 11.31 grams and measures 28.5 millimeters in diameter, making it one of the larger coins in circulation during that time. Its thickness is 2.5 millimeters, and it has a milled edge. These specifications remained consistent across all large 10-pence coins until the design was reduced in size in 1992. The 1980 10-pence coin was minted by the Royal Mint, and it was produced in large quantities for everyday circulation. Millions were made, so the coin itself is not considered rare in circulated condition. However, the condition and type of coin can greatly affect its value. For example, a coin that has been in circulation with scratches, wear, and discoloration will have mostly face value, that is, around 10 pence in the United Kingdom. But a coin in uncirculated or proof condition can be worth much more to collectors. Uncirculated coins are those that have never been used in transactions. They retain their original mint luster, and their design details remain sharp and clear. Proof coins, on the other hand, are special editions made with polished dies and blanks to create a mirror-like finish. The Royal Mint often released proof versions of the 10-pence coin as part of annual collector sets. A 1980 proof 10-pence coin in perfect condition can sell anywhere between £2 to £5, and in some cases even more depending on the market demand and grading quality. For collectors outside the UK, especially in countries like the United States, Canada, Australia, and India, the 1980 10-pence coin also carries interest due to its connection with Queen Elizabeth II, one of the most recognized and respected monarchs in modern history. Her long reign from 1952 to 2022 makes any coin featuring her image part of a larger historical timeline, representing decades of British evolution, politics, and design. It's also worth noting that the design of the 10-pence coin underwent a major change in 1992. The coin was made smaller and lighter to make handling and production easier. The older, larger 10-pence coins like the 1980 version were eventually withdrawn from circulation in 1993. That means the large 1980 coin is now considered a demonetized piece, no longer valid as everyday money, but valuable as a collectible. Collectors often value coins like this based on several key factors: rarity, condition, historical importance, and demand. Even though the 1980 10-pence coin is not rare, its appeal lies in its representation of a specific era, the late 20th century, when Britain was adjusting to modern decimal currency and showcasing national symbols through its coinage. For people who enjoy building complete sets of Elizabeth II coins, the 1980 10-pence remains a must-have piece. The coin also tells a story of craftsmanship and national pride. From the lion design symbolizing courage to the regal portrait of the Queen, every detail was crafted to reflect the identity of the United Kingdom. Many collectors appreciate coins like this not just for their metal value, but for their artistry and history. If you are checking your old coins at home and happen to find a 1980 10-pence, examine it closely. Look at the shine, the edges, and the clarity of the inscriptions. If it appears almost new, without scratches or fading, it could be a valuable collectible. Grading agencies like NGC or PCGS can professionally grade coins and confirm their market value. A graded coin in mint state condition can attract collectors who want certified authenticity. For educational purposes, the 1980 10-pence coin is also a wonderful example of how a country's identity and culture are captured in small pieces of metal. The coin represents the British monarchy, national pride, and artistic excellence. It's not just a piece of money, it's a story of tradition and history, frozen in time. So, whether you are a coin collector, a history lover, or someone curious about the value of old British coins, the 1980 10-pence coin from Queen Elizabeth II's reign is a beautiful piece to learn about and own. It may not make you rich, but it holds a priceless place in the story of British coinage. Estimated collector value, circulated condition, 10 pence, face value, uncirculated condition, £1 to £3 proof set coin, £3 to £5 or more depending on condition. Next coin. The 5-pence coin from 1990 featuring Queen Elizabeth II is a fascinating piece of British numismatic history that represents a major transition in the design and production of UK currency. This small silver-colored coin might look ordinary to some, but for collectors and coin enthusiasts, it carries both historical and sentimental value. The 1995 pence coin marked the beginning of a new era in the United Kingdom's coinage, introducing a smaller and lighter version of the coin that replaced the older, larger style used since decimalization in 1971. Understand its importance. Let's go back in time a bit. The 5-pence coin was originally introduced in 1968, even before the United Kingdom switched to decimal currency in 1971. It replaced the old 1-shilling coin, and both coins were used interchangeably for some years because they had the same value. But by 1990, the original 5-pence coin had become too large for its value, and the Royal Mint decided it was time for change. That year, the new, smaller 5-pence coin was launched into circulation, and it was this 1990 issue that became the first of its kind in the new size and design format. The obverse side of the coin, or the front, features the iconic portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Raphael Maklauf. This portrait was first used on British coins in 1985 and continued until 1997. In the image, the Queen is wearing the George IV state diadem, the same crown she traditionally wears for the state opening of Parliament. The engraving includes the Latin inscription, Elizabeth II DG Reg. FD 1990, which stands for, Elizabeth II, by the grace of God, Queen, Defender of the Faith. The lettering and portrait together give the coin a refined and royal appearance that symbolizes both continuity and change in the British monarchy. Turning the coin over, the reverse design is equally classic. It features the crowned Scottish thistle, a symbol of Scotland that has long been associated with strength and pride. The thistle has appeared on many British coins over the centuries, and in this case, it represents one of the 4 parts of the United Kingdom. The crown above the thistle adds a royal touch, linking the design back to the monarchy. The design was created by Christopher Ironside, one of the most respected British coin designers, who was also responsible for many of the early decimal coin designs introduced in 1971. The coin is made of cupronickel, an alloy consisting of 75% copper and 25% nickel. It has a diameter of 18.0 mm and a weight of 3.25 grams. Its edge is milled, giving it a finely ridged texture. Though small in size, it's perfectly balanced and durable, meant to withstand many years of circulation. This version of the 5 pence coin remained in use until it was replaced by the new design featuring the segment of the royal shield in 2008. Now, when it comes to the value of the 1995 pence coin, its worth depends on a few factors: condition, rarity, and collector demand. Since millions of these coins were produced for circulation, most of them are still worth their face value of 5 pence in everyday transactions. However, for collectors, coins in uncirculated or proof condition can be worth more. A brilliant uncirculated coin might fetch around 1 to 2 British pounds, while a proof coin, which was specially struck for collectors, can sell for 3 to 5 pounds or even more depending on the market. In rare cases, error coins from 1990, such as those with misaligned text, double striking, or off-center images, can hold significant value, sometimes reaching as high as 20 or 30 pounds if verified by professional grading services. While such errors are uncommon, they are always exciting discoveries for collectors because they make an otherwise ordinary coin unique. Another reason collectors like the 1995 pence coin is its symbolic importance. It marked the end of the larger pre-1995 pence series and the beginning of the smaller modern coinage. That means this particular coin is often seen as a bridge between two different eras of British money. Collectors who aim to complete a full decimal coin collection always include the 1990 issue as a key date because of this transition. Beyond monetary value, this coin also holds emotional significance for people who grew up using it. For many, it represents memories of the 1990s, buying sweets from local shops, using payphones, or saving coins in piggy banks. Even though its face value is small, it carries a lot of nostalgia and reminds people of a time when simple things like collecting coins were part of everyday life. In recent years, the popularity of coin collecting has grown thanks to online platforms and numismatic communities. The 1995 pence coin often appears in online listings, coin fairs, and collector's sets. Some sellers even offer the coin as part of a commemorative display with both the old large 5 pence and the new smaller 1990 version side by side, showing how the design evolved. These displays make wonderful educational pieces and are especially appreciated by those who enjoy British history and heritage. When examining a 1995 pence coin, collectors pay close attention to details like the sharpness of the Queen's portrait, the clarity of the lettering, and the condition of the thistle design. Coins that show little to no wear and have their original mint luster intact are the most desirable. For those who want to preserve the coin's shine, keeping it in a protective holder or coin capsule is recommended. Exposure to moisture or handling without gloves can cause tarnishing over time, reducing its collectible value. While it might not be a rare coin in terms of numbers, the 1990 Elizabeth II 5 pence coin stands out for its historical context, elegant design, and connection to a key moment in the modernization of British coinage. It is also a wonderful starting point for new collectors, offering an affordable way to learn about minting history, design artistry, and the legacy of Queen Elizabeth II on UK coins. In summary, the 1995 pence coin is more than just a small piece of metal. It tells a story of change, continuity, and craftsmanship. From its detailed portrait of the Queen to its proud thistle design, it captures the essence of British tradition while marking a shift into a new age of practical, modern coinage. Whether you find one in your change, inherit it from a collection, or purchase it online, it's worth taking a moment to appreciate the history behind it. For collectors and history lovers alike, the 1990 Elizabeth II 5 pence coin remains a timeless symbol of Britain's rich numismatic journey. Next coin. The 2 pence coin from 1994, featuring the image of Queen Elizabeth II. Though it might seem like an ordinary piece of copper-plated steel, this small coin carries a remarkable history, a unique design, and an interesting place in British numismatic heritage. Let's dive deep into its history, design, composition, and real value in today's collector's market. The 2 pence coin, often called the 2p coin, was first introduced in 1971, when the United Kingdom switched from the old pounds, shillings, and pence system to the decimal system. This change was known as decimalisation, and it simplified British currency. The new coins were designed to represent the modern era of the UK, yet still reflect its royal tradition. The 1994 2 pence coin continued this legacy. It features the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II on the obverse side, facing right. The design shows her wearing the Girls of Great Britain and Ireland tiara, one of her most iconic and recognizable pieces of jewelry. This portrait was created by Raphael Maklauf, whose initials, RDM, can be seen just below the neck of the Queen on the coin. Maklauf's portrait was used on UK coins between 1985 and 1997, making this coin a part of a significant period in the late 20th century. Around the Queen's portrait, the inscription reads, Elizabeth II D.G. Reg. Def. D. 1994. This Latin phrase translates to Elizabeth II, by the grace of God, Queen, Defender of the Faith. It's a phrase that has appeared on British coins for centuries, linking each piece to the deep royal heritage of the United Kingdom. Now, if we flip the coin over to the reverse side, we find another famous and historical design, the badge of the Prince of Wales. It consists of a plume of 3 ostrich feathers emerging from a coronet, with a ribbon bearing the motto Ich diene, which means, I serve, in German. This emblem has long been associated with the title of the Prince of Wales, traditionally held by the heir apparent to the British throne. Beneath the emblem, you can see the words, 2 pence, clearly identifying the denomination of the coin. When it comes to the composition, the 1994 2-pence coin was made of bronze, consisting of 97% copper, 2.5% zinc, and 0.5% tin. It has a diameter of 25.9 millimeters and weighs around 7.12 grams. However, this composition changed in 1992, when the Royal Mint began producing 2p coins using copper-plated steel instead of pure bronze due to rising metal prices. The 1994 coin can be found in 2 different metal varieties. Some were struck in bronze, while others were in copper-plated steel. The easiest way to tell the difference is with a simple magnet test. The steel version is magnetic, while the bronze version is not. This makes the bronze 1994 version slightly more interesting to collectors, especially if found in good condition. The Royal Mint produced millions of 2-pence coins in 1994 for circulation, so most of them are still quite common in everyday use. However, coin collectors often seek out coins in uncirculated or proof condition, where the coin shows no wear and maintains its original shine. Uncirculated or proof examples of the 1994 2p coin were also included in special mint sets, making them more valuable than the regular coins used in daily transactions. Now let's talk about value. One of the most exciting parts for collectors that in normal circulated condition, a 1994 2-pence coin typically has a face value of 2 pence, or just a few cents, in US dollars. However, for coins that are uncirculated, brilliant uncirculated, or proof, values can range between £1 and £5, depending on condition, toning, and demand. Coins in perfect mint state, MS65 or higher, can sometimes sell for £10 or more to collectors looking to complete their sets of Queen Elizabeth II coins. In rare cases, coins with errors, such as misstrikes, off-center designs, or double lettering, can attract much higher prices. Some error coins from the 1990s have sold for tens or even hundreds of pounds, depending on the rarity and type of minting mistake. While the 1994 2p coin is generally considered a common circulation coin, its charm lies in its design and its connection to British royal and numismatic history. Another interesting detail is that the words, 2 pence, were used on all 2p coins from 1971 to 1981. In 1982, the inscription was changed to just 2 pence, but in 1994, the Royal Mint reverted back to 2 pence, a small but significant design change that collectors note with interest. This coin also represents the long reign of Queen Elizabeth II, who served as the British monarch for over 70 years, from 1952 until her passing in 2022. Each coin featuring her portrait tells a part of her story, showing how her image evolved through different stages of her life. The 1994 version shows the mature, dignified Queen, a symbol of stability and continuity through decades of change in Britain and the world. For many collectors, holding a coin like the 1994 2 pence is not just about money, it's about history. It connects you to the daily lives of millions of people who use this coin in shops, markets, and cafes across the UK. It's a small, everyday artifact that reflects an entire era. Even though the coin's face value remains small, its historical and sentimental value continues to grow. And as time passes, finding coins in excellent condition will become harder, increasing their appeal among numismatists and enthusiasts. So if you happen to have a 1994 2 pence coin, take a closer look, check whether it's magnetic or not, examine its shine, and notice the details in the Queen's portrait and the Prince of Wales badge. You might just have a small piece of British history worth keeping. Whether you're a beginner collector or an experienced enthusiast, coins like this remind us that every coin has a story. From its creation at the Royal Mint to its journey through countless hands, each piece carries a bit of history, art, and national pride, and that's what makes collecting so special. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed learning about the 1994 2-pence coin from Queen Elizabeth II, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more amazing coin history and value videos.